Hey, beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. My name's Star and I'm an angelic communicator and clairvoyant. And today's message is for my divine feminines. Now, I've been working with a lot of you on the one-to-one soul sessions, and I'm really pleased to meet you all. And this message is for anyone who's getting stuck on the twin flame journey. Now, what do I mean by stuck? Maybe you've met your twin. Maybe you've been activated, maybe you've been through the dark nights of the soul, maybe you're quite far along, maybe you've done a year or 2 years, or maybe even more than that, and you find that you haven't moved further. And I'm noticing in some of the comments on YouTube where people get stuck and they say, oh, my twin's not changing, my twin hasn't returned, this da 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 da. We're sold a version of this story that if you do the inner work and you get to inner union, your twin will return. Now, everyone is bespoke, everyone is different. What we've agreed to do is different. The speed at which we work with and align with our twin might be different for everybody. But I do notice that there are some activating principles that we can definitely work with. And when I've asked the Angelic Council of Light about this, they have called it activations. I trust that what we're about to talk about is going to help you get unstuck. Firstly, meeting your twin flame was meant to be a huge activation. You decided this before you came into this life. You decided that this would happen. I know that sounds crazy, but you're part of the design of your life. You're part of the design with your spiritual helpers, and I'm shown this time and time again that we are involved in how we design our lives down here. You have met your twin, this incredible experience, you've had this activation, and then you might go into the separation and you might have all the things where you feel like really energetic, and then you go into the dark night of the soul, you'll be bouncing around, like balancing your energy, and you'll be releasing toxic things from your energy system that have kept you stagnant, and you've also been receiving more light into your energy bodies. Often you'll get downloads and excitement, and it's like being in love, isn't it? Like you want to do this, you want to do that, you remember who you are, you may start dressing differently, you might do your hair differently, you might just start choosing work that's more aligned to your soul purpose. This is the whole point of this process. And your twin, when they're ready, they'll probably be doing the same. But you might get to a point where it feels like it's all gone away. You're stuck in a stagnation. You're stuck in the old patterns. You don't really understand what that was all about. You don't really understand why something hasn't moved on. And this is the bit I want to look at in this video. So when things start to stall, you might notice that your energy gets a bit sluggish. It goes back to that kind of stagnant feeling that maybe you had before you met your twin. And that stagnant feeling is very difficult to work with. I've had to work with that kind of energy. It feels heavy, it feels stuck, it feels difficult. Often the frequency is quite low. And the good thing about meeting your twin is there's such an activation of light that it kind of pushes out all that stagnancy. It's like going on holiday, isn't it? And then the problem we have is that when we have pushing out of energy, we have to work through the shadow aspect too, to be able to keep that resonance in our field. When this happens with divine feminines, that they begin to realize that their relationships might feel very heavy, especially if they're in a karmic relationship or even a soul relationship. Maybe their work can feel very uninspiring and they really want to move into their soul purpose, but they don't know how to. And it can feel like your life is kind of looping back into the same patterns before you met your twin. This is not a sign that you've failed. I just want to say that. I think we're all very hard on ourselves and we need to have compassion. But it's also bringing our awareness to the fact that your soul activated with your twin to call you back into alignment. Now we have to listen because these are powerful activations. You know that. You know that because now you're seeing angel numbers everywhere, you're seeing signs and synchronicities everywhere. And so you've had this activation. It's designed to shift you out of the old, out of your old timelines, out of your old frequencies, and propel you into the next phase of your evolution. You'll see that on the twin flame path, energy alignment is everything. That's what we're doing all the time. We're aligning on our heart space, we're aligning in our mental space, we're aligning in our emotional space, we're aligning in the spiritual space. It's all about aligning until we come into the physical alignment as well. And if you're holding on to old situations, outdated identities, stagnant environments, then the universe will very gently and sometimes not so gently start to shake things up. I think they're actually kinder with the divine feminines than the matrix twins, because I think the matrix twins are going through massive tower moments at the moment because they have held on and they're holding on to all these things that haven't served them, and they get removed. As awakened twins, we have a little bit more choice. And you'll notice that some people will drift out of your life because they're not the right frequency for you anymore. Jobs may suddenly end because that's not the right frequency for you anymore. And opportunities you thought were going to be the one for you may close. It might not be the right alignment anymore. And it's not because you're being punished, it's because the vibration of your life is changing. Because we have free will, we can feel that vibration changing and we can block it, we can stop it. I'm going to say something a little bit triggering and controversial here, and this is about divine feminines that are actually in relationships that no longer serve them, but they meet their twin, and that's an activation point to have the courage to leave a relationship or tidy it up or begin the process of finishing it up and tidying up, but making the effort to leave that relationship. This is up to you. This is always up to you, and I would really encourage you to work through the filters in yourself. But you've had a massive activation. You're often wanting to be out of the relationship, and maybe your twin is messing around and not doing something, but actually it's more about alignment with yourself. People who are happy in their relationships, please, by all means, stay in them. But if you are unhappy in them and you have been for a long time, it's time to face that truth in yourself. It's time to know that the universe is going to support you once you begin bringing yourself into alignment. And this doesn't have to be just relationships, it can be jobs, it can be work, it can be anything that you're stuck in that you were being given the encouragement to move away from. I notice here that there are many situations that people go, oh, I can't change that. I have even been shown on certain readings that if you are still enmeshed in old relationships, your twin will go into separation and they will find it hard to come back. Because if you are still married to someone, or if you're still in an engaged situation, it won't reconnect for you until you've sorted it out, until you've cleaned it up. Now, that's a harsh truth. And this could be the same with jobs, with work, that your sole purpose to develop it and to integrate it into your life, you need to make a stand for it. You need to go, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is who I am. There might be a transition period, but actually this is what I'm going to put my energy into. And it's the same kind of principle, because you are aligning yourself to your higher self, and your higher self saying to you, it's time to move on, it's time to rise, it's time to remember who you really are, because we only have so much time on this planet in these incarnations, and you're being given this amazing experience. It's activation boost. So many people say they want a twin flame experience. I feel a bit sorry for those people thinking that, but what they're actually saying, I want to have that experience, and you've just had a massive activation power boost if you're on a twin flame journey. And this acts as a catalyst to help you release your own resistance and realign with your soul path, your true path. And it helps you to return to authenticity. It's not meant to hurt you, it's meant to set you free. So if you are staying in relationships with people who do not serve you, who are draining your energy, who are stealing your life force, who don't seem to connect with you anymore, gel with you anymore, or jobs that don't gel with you anymore, it's really time to not cling on to the old, to remain in a comfort zone that isn't very comfortable, an uncomfortable comfort zone. You're delaying the blessings that are waiting to unfold in your life. The energy right now is asking for us to trust, for us to surrender, for courage to step into the unknown, even if it feels uncomfortable. It's interesting because I have so many planets in my 8th house. I'm used to this kind of death, rebirth, constant death, rebirth. I've had to go through so many deaths and rebirths in this life that I wonder if I'm still the same person. And I'm not the same person. I'm a person that's very different to who I was then, because every time you go through death and rebirth, and you have the courage to meet it in the face, to go fearlessly into the dark, you will notice that you'll come out shining brighter. You become your own light and you move through, and the universe supports it. This is the thing. Everything I've stepped out off the cliff, not knowing what was going to happen, it's amazing how the universe will support you in that. It's just bringing you the courage to know that you can align, even if it's uncomfortable. Have the courage to do it. So if you're feeling stuck and you're thinking, my twin flame journey isn't coming through like I thought it would, then ask yourself, what is this moment trying to activate within me? What am I being called to let go of and to step into? Is there something in me that's really been calling me for a long time? And it could just be a hobby. It could be trying something new. It could be going somewhere new. But stop putting it off. The answers will come. And when they do, follow them. So many people dismiss it. I can't tell you how many advice sessions I've had with people where I've channeled the angelic counsel for them. Not a lot of the twin flamers actually, and they just keep repeating the same pattern over and over again. For years, for years. And I just wonder, they were given the answer, yet they don't follow it. they don't listen to it. They don't value themselves enough to do it. So this is how you're going to move through this onto the other side. You're going to do things that make you scared, do things that you've always wanted to do. You're going to shift and expand. You're going to move into union with yourself, and you're going to choose that alignment of your highest truth. And this is what you're going to do. You're not going to stay in this stuckness. You're transforming. And every activation, every little decision you're making to choose you, every challenge, every moment where you're pausing in, checking in with yourself, is this right for me? Is this not right for me? Is it right for me to live here? Is it right for me to be with these people? Is it right for me to work here? Is it right for me to do this? Just check in with yourself, listen to yourself, and know that that is guiding you home. Know that that's guiding you home. And we need all of these beautiful twin flame divine feminines to step into your power, to take it by the horns, to have the power to hold it and move forward. If this message resonated with you, give it a like, a share, whatever you want, but just listen to it if you can. Let it permeate through your being, shine your light, move forward, take your power back, move forward into what you want to create in this life. You are loved, you are guided by your spirit guides and by the angelic beings. You are in this awakening, so just embrace it. And know that you will go through this darkness, through this unknown space, the void, and you'll come out of it shining brightly. So thank you for being here. If you want to book a session with me, I'd love to do that with you. Go to my website or my Instagram, my link tree.